Well, hello again. Another set of yes and no answers to the big question. This one probably quite a bit more controversial than most. Here it is. Should we lighten up about the coronavirus? By lighten up, what I really mean is whether all the measures that we are taking to protect ourselves may be doing more harm than good, really. The damage to the economy and keeping kids out of school and so forth. So let's have some yes answers. The yes crowd might well say, look, it's going to be quite a while before we have a vaccine that works or treatment that works, judging from what we've seen so far. Not only does it have to be developed, it has to be tested, then it has to be manufactured. By the time it gets out there, the whole economy will be so tanked that we won't have any ability to respond to the aftermath. So the trade-off is, I think, swiftly shifting toward the economy and away from protecting ourselves from the disease. And number two, there are a lot of anti-vaxxers and people like that who probably won't take the medication, won't vaccinate themselves, and so in effect waiting for it is even more of a waste of time. Number three, there are feral youth out there who seem to be indifferent to protecting themselves and social distancing themselves, and so appealing to them would also appear to be a waste of time. So let's not assume that we can do that effectively. Number four, well, the probability of your dying, unless you're very old or very sick or having a pretty big underlying health condition, is minimal, very, very close to nothing. Even those high-risk people have a very good chance of surviving. The coronavirus disease is certainly a lot less serious than some that we've had, like the flu and pneumonia and so forth. And number five, this is sort of a cruel reason, but I know a lot of people think that way. Look, we've got too many people on Earth anyway. Much of the difficulty that we're running into trying to keep the Earth in one piece is really the result of overpopulation. I must say that consideration won't take us very far, given what I said in the previous objection, because it won't make much of a dent in the worst of times. Okay, well, what are the no answers? No, we shouldn't lighten up. We should continue to pursue all of the available strictures and remedies available to us, bar none. First of all, one can certainly argue that the economy won't be able to recover until we get the coronavirus sorted out. Now, of course, that assumes that we are continuing to be diligent in applying social distancing, especially in the workplace. But nonetheless, the difficulty that we're currently experiencing in transport and so forth can continue to drag the economy down. Number two, well, it's cruel to be thinking about kind of culling the most vulnerable in the economy. Our job really is to try and maximize the happiness of everyone in the population, all citizens, not just a selective group, or not necessarily to discriminate against a specific group. And then third and finally, I think we must get a lot more serious about developing our ability to withstand these diseases. Certainly, if you think about all of the possible extinction events and causes of really dramatic loss of life on Earth, pestilence certainly has to be considered at very high, perhaps at the top of the list. other than an asteroid hitting us, which is a bit less likely than pestilence. And if we fear that, if we think that that really is a serious threat, well, we jolly well better figure out how to deal with it and to develop our systems better than certainly what's been demonstrated thus far with respect to the coronavirus. Well, my take. What's my take? Well, I guess I'm a little bit more on the yes side. I think we have rather overreacted given the pain that is being inflicted on society and on the economy in the process. As we've seen, the probability of getting this disease in a serious way is pretty low. The probability of dying from it is really low, even for vulnerable groups. We have medical procedures and medical science in place to help us cope with it. So maybe we should just lighten up, go back to school, get back to work, and get on with it. Well, that's an opinion. That's a pretty tough and brutal one, but it's a situation which calls for pretty tough measures, I think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Whether you agreed with it or not, it can at least start some worthwhile discussion. Well, if you liked it, give me a like, subscribe, comment, of course, and I'll see you with the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.